Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here. This is your Planning Outlook video on Friday the 4th of January. Now, I've been stuck beneath high pressure in recent times. Things are changing as we go through this weekend as fronts come in from the Atlantic and will lead to a much more turbulent couple of days into Monday and Tuesday of next week with widespread upland gales, some rain around, but then high pressure will rebuild and there'll be some colder air that's in place during midweek with freezing levels dropping and most terrain becoming frozen. I think we'll be up and down with temperatures heading towards the following weekend. Longer range trends though do look quite a bit colder into mid-January onwards. That's all a long way off though just at the moment. Let's have a look at the short range details first. This is Saturday's chart and high pressure is centred towards the south still. Fronts are edging their way in from the Atlantic, which will bring later in the day some drizzly rain, turning more persistent to the far west coast of Scotland. Otherwise it's still a story of a sheet of low cloud that's in place. Some of the highest tops, mainly in Scotland, will get just above that cloud with an inversion in place. It's again a bit of a struggle for the highest tops of the lakes and Wales, but locally you may just manage it. The winds are a touch stronger than previous days. Some of the strongest gusts may not be on the highest summits though. Now, through Saturday night into Sunday, those fronts that were over the Atlantic just topple their way southeastwards. Very weak, there's not a great deal on it apart from a zone of cloud. Could lead to a rather dull picture though across a good part of England and Wales with some spits and spots of rain here and there. But across Scotland, behind that cold front, some drier air that's in place and the cloud lifting and breaking a bit more readily than recent days. So some higher tops clear and some sunshine trying to break through. Some brisk winds at first will tend to drop as the high pressure recenters itself across Scotland. That's only briefly though, because things are on the move quite rapidly through Sunday night into Monday as low pressure over the North Atlantic develops and fronts move in, and the high pressure has sunk away toward the south, and it's a windy day. Widespread gales. Need to watch just how strong these become, but I suspect severe gales across the higher mountains will be pretty widespread. A period of rain, most persistent into western Scotland, some rain turning up elsewhere at times as well. And behind the cold front, temperatures and freezing levels will drop. There may be some snow showers following in behind that front, and we'll see the colder air moving in more widely through into Tuesday. That's where we get to by the middle of the day on Tuesday. Then that low will have moved eastwards towards Scandinavia. The wind will have turned round toward the north-northwest, and that cold front has sunk all the way across the British Isles. So we're all in a colder air mass. Freezing levels will have lowered. There were some snow showers focused on the north and northeast of the Highlands, not too many across central and southwestern parts of Scotland. A few bands of showers are possible around the Irish Sea moving into North Wales. A few showers may just come onto the North Pennines if the wind flow is enough toward the north. A cold day and a windy day still. It's likely that we've still got widespread gales, so severe wind chill where exposed. High pressure is rebuilding again though from the west by the time we go into the middle of the week. A likelihood of some hard frost then as we go into midweek. Still a chance of one or two snow showers around, most places dry. There's further fronts trying to come back around off the Atlantic to introduce somewhat less cold air and some cloud again to western mountains. Uncertainty as to how much cloud is still left generally around by this stage. There may well be some sunshine around and a chance for some bright conditions compared to recent times, and most terrain looking frozen at this stage through midweek. It's substantially a dry story though as we're heading through the second half of the week. High pressure is still on the scene and we're getting any weak fronts that are coming off the Atlantic just passing north of Scotland, which may again introduce a lot of cloud to western mountains, temperatures lifting with time. We may end up back trying to find inversions as we just head towards the end of the week. I suspect that the high is just starting to lose its grip though compared to recent times, and we're more likely to be seeing the wind flows coming around off the Atlantic, the high just retreating back a little bit more toward the Azores as we head on into the weekend of the 12th and 13th. Hard to get the absolute detail at this stage, but I suspect it's somewhat milder again by this time. Temperatures may well go up and down, so you get cycles of freeze and thaw on the mountains. There'll be some occasional rain, possibly some snow in there at times, all a bit of a mixture I think as we head on, and just briefly into the following week maybe just the hints of the airflows coming round more from the west to northwest, so chillier patterns trying to become established more widely. And it's as we head beyond mid-month that many of the computer models are starting to come round to an increasing likelihood of a colder pattern developing. This is one of the models that we use, one of many, but it suggests that we've got the idea of low pressure focused across sort of central northern Europe and higher pressure setting itself up around Greenland and Iceland, and that allows the airflows to come around more from Arctic climates, from the north or northeast, and a generally colder pattern to become established across our part of the world. Within that, of course, there could be some snow, depending on exactly where fronts and troughs develop from day to day. I don't think by this time there'll be anything trying to come in as such off the Atlantic, so we might well be into what is quite a blocked pattern, but if it all sets up like this, it could be quite a wintry pattern. Not absolutely set in stone at this stage, but it's one to start keeping an eye on and thinking about after the middle of the month. So for the short term at least, it's still a lack of snow across the mountains, but it looks like change is trying to develop as we go further ahead. We'll keep an eye on that and update you here at the Mountain Weather Information Service. The next video online for you on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.